We are looking at maybe the most contentious debate in the history of anime.
It has to be.
It's the Hidden Leaf Village versus the Straw Hat Pirates. Naruto Uzumaki versus Monkey D. Luffy. But we aren't just asking, who punches harder.
No, not at all. We're digging into a stack of data here. Biology, energy reserves, combat psychology. The whole mission of this deep dive is to see what happens when these two collide at their absolute nature peaks.
And the sources are pretty specific about those peaks. For Naruto, we're talking Bijou Sage mode.
Right, his maxed out potential. It's his own energy combined with the tailed beast inside him.
And for Luffy, it's Gear 5, the awakening of his devil fruit.
Which brings us to the first major problem in this matchup, the scale. Specifically, the scale of durability. The data on Naruto is frankly absurd.
Okay, I saw this. They call it the moon level stat card.
Yeah, and that's not an exaggeration. There was a blast that literally sliced the moon in half. Naruto didn't just survive it, he tanked it.
He just took it.
Exactly, and biologically, he has the body of the sage and these Uzumaki clan regenerative traits. Compare that to his offense. He once punched Madara Uchiha into the god tree.
Which is thousands of kilometers wide.
Thousands. And he did that without even using his chakra cloak.
So that was just raw muscle.
Just raw strength. But that creates a really interesting contrast with Luffy. Luffy's Gear 5 operates on, cartoon physics.
The Toon Force. The Hito no Mi.
Right. He can turn his environment into rubber. He can even turn his opponents into rubber.
The sources put him at multi-continental or island level power. But what I found so compelling wasn't the magic, it was his biological grit. That Drum Island feat.
A classic. It's a perfect example of his baseline stats. Luffy climbed a sheer rock mountain in a blizzard, barefoot, carrying 2 of his crewmates with his teeth. No powers.
Just sheer willpower.
It proves that even without the rubber, his resilience is just off the charts.
Okay, so both are incredibly durable, but in completely different ways. Naruto's a tank, Luffy is a shock absorber, which I guess leads us to the sensory stalemate.
This is where it gets really complicated.
Luffy has future sight. He can literally see the attack before it happens.
He does. But the analysis gives the edge to Naruto here. While Luffy sees the visual future, Naruto's Sage Mode senses the intent to attack.
Across dimensions even. So wait, even if Luffy sees a punch coming.
Naruto senses Luffy preparing to dodge it before he even moves. It's reacting to the thought, not the action.
Wow.
And then there's the cognitive overload factor. Naruto can deploy thousands of shadow clones. These are solid physical beings, not holograms.
So Luffy's future sight has to process thousands of different timelines at once.
It just breaks the mechanic. It's a data processing crash.
Okay, let's get to the physical side. Luffy's made of rubber, blunt force, punches, it all just bounces right off. Does Naruto even have a workaround for that?
This is what the report calls the hard counter, and it's probably the most important point. Naruto's signature move, the Rasen Shuriken.
The big spinning chakra star.
Exactly. But it's not about the impact. When it hits, it releases millions of microscopic wind blades.
It's not a punch, it's a shredder.
It attacks on a cellular level. It severs nerve channels. The sources argue that it doesn't matter if you're made of rubber if the bonds holding your rubber cells together get severed.
That sounds fatal. And then you add the gas tank issue.
The stamina problem, yeah. Gear 5 puts this incredible strain on Luffy's heart. When that timer runs out, he's left shriveled, almost elderly, and totally defenseless.
While Naruto, backed by the Nine Tails,
has near-bottomless chakra reserves. He can fight at his absolute peak for days on end.
So if we run the simulation, does the Pirate King even stand a chance?
The consensus from all this data is a definitive no. Naruto Uzumaki takes this one.
Okay, walk us through the final win conditions. How does he do it?
It's basically a 3-pronged checkmate. First, destructive scaling. Naruto's attacks are in the exciton range, that's planetary level force. Loki peaks at Teraton Island level.
So it's the difference between a hand grenade and a nuclear warhead.
Pretty much. Second, the hard counter we just talked about. The cellular shredding from the Rasen Shuriken completely bypasses the rubber defense.
And number 3.
Attrition. Even if they were somehow dead, even in strength, Naruto just has to wait out the clock on Gear 5, and the fight is over.
It really does seem like a terrible matchup for Luffy. He has all the grit and unpredictability in the world, but the sheer biological and energy gap is just too wide to cross.
It's one of those cases where the physics of their powers really decides the winner before the first punch is even thrown.
A clear victory for the Hookage. But here's a final thought for you to take with you. If Luffy could infuse his rubber body with enough haki, his spiritual armor, to prevent entry at the cellular level, would that actually neutralize the Rasen Shuriken? Or does the sheer volume of Naruto's energy just make technique irrelevant? Mull that over. Thanks for diving in with us.